NXT took place from Full Sail University last night, and you start the show when you have William Regal standing at the door as Becky Lynch enters, and she's followed by security. It looked really cool. I don't know where exactly they are in Full Sail. It's the event area, but it's like it's a university campus, so it's actually really cool. I like the setting of it. And Becky makes her way to the ring, and she has something to say. It's been a while since she's been in NXT, and she says it's been a while since you've seen her kick someone's ass live. You don't have to wait much longer. And Becky takes off her jacket. Triple H set an open invitation. Becky says she's coming here regardless. If Bailey is on SmackDown crying with a mom's haircut, which is true. He destroyed all of Bailey's ways except the blue-haired one holding her back. Oof. That was a shot at Sasha. It's not my fault that you are a champ while she is the champ. Shayna, you showed up on Raw a few weeks ago to introduce herself to me. Becky says she is here to remind her who she is. And she says she does not hide in the shadows to attack. You bring Mary and Jessica if you want. So she's in the building and you're light. So what are you going to do? So it was a good, Becky, she has that broken English sometimes with her Irish accent, but it was fine. Eventually, Rhea Ripley comes out, and she makes her way onto stage, and she says, so you're the man, let's see if you have a set of balls, and she officially challenges her. So this is a really awesome match. I never thought we'd get to see Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley. I kind of wish they would have saved this on the main roster, to be honest, but you have Becky, Rhea Ripley. It's a non-title match. You have to bring that up. They have a good matchup here. They lock up. It's a tough match at first. They return. They go to the ring. They go to the outside. Rhea sends Becky into the turnbuckles, and she beats her down. And she hits some European uppercuts. Rhea hasn't been in NXT too long, so it's not like I don't think the fans ever booing Becky here. Rhea gets the heat on Becky for a while. She sends her to the apron, but Becky starts to fight back. Becky hits reverse ADT. They continue to exchange. Becky blocks a punch. She connects at forearms. Eventually, Becky almost gets the disarmer, but Rhea rolls through ropes and then gets Becky up for a power bomb, but Becky rolls through. Becky ascends to the apron, and then Rhea goes for hits a superplex, but however, as that happens, Shayna Baszler and Reyna Shafir and Jessamine Duke come to the ring and attack them both, and goes to a DQ. Becky is kicked out of the ring by Shayna. Becky fights back, though. She hits a super kick. And Marina and Jessamine get their asses kicked by Becky and Rhea, so they stand tall on it. It's kind of like a rub. Becky giving the rub to Rhea, even though she didn't lose to her. I think Rhea, she's going to get the bud. I think she's going to beat one of, Shayna's team members. Not going to pin Shayna, but she'll pin one of Shayna's team members. I think that sets up Shayna and Rhea for the title. That's their next big program. But I think Rhea, the faces are going to win on the War Games. So we see a vehicle arrive up at NXT. We see this every week. It's Triple H. We get a Kaylee. Oh my God, I can't talk. Kaylee Ray video package. She says she's the best on NXT UK because she is smart. We saw what she did last week. She'll make sure no one forgets the name Kaylee Ray. We had Kona Reeves against Matt Riddle. We had Ricochet attacks Kona before the match starts, and Matt Riddle makes his way to the ring, and he flips off of the flip-flops before getting in Ricochet's face. So they have heat here, and eventually they have a match. You have Ricochet against Matt Riddle. So it's cool seeing Ricochet back in NXT as well. He wasn't in NXT too long. They have a good matchup here. Both guys are great. Ricochet and Riddle, they have good chemistry. And Matt Riddle has a match. I think he's going to lose, though, on Saturday against Finn Balor. But what happens is he had Cesaro and Nakamura trying to interfere, so you have all the SmackDown guys and the Raw guys. But Riddle hits a roll up, and he gets a 3 count on Ricochet. After the match, he had Cesaro, Nakamura, and Ricochet attack Matt Riddle. They beat him down. But what happens is you have the Roderick Strong, Undisputed Era. They're out. Roderick fights off Nakamura because they're wrestling on Sunday, so strong. But they beat him down. They throw him to the ring. They throw Balor to the ground. It's one of those situations where it was kind of strange actually seeing Balor's back with NXT, not with the main roster guys. And they remind us of the triple threat match on Saturday, so it's a more contenders match. Winner faces Adam Cole at Survivor Series. You have Killian Dane, Pete Dunne, and Damian Priest, triple threat, and I think Pete Dunne takes that, to be honest. They show Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly getting ready for a match against the Revival. And we have a cool non-title match. You have Fish and O'Reilly against the Revival. Good matchup here. The Revival, in NXT, they had all those great matches. They were the best team at NXT. They had great matches with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa in particular. And they also did really well against the American Alpha. They did well with just different combinations of Team Enzo and Cass. They had good matches with them, and that's saying something. But they lose to Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. Very good tag match. Really enjoyed it. NXT always delivers with their wrestling, but they give the win to O'Reilly and Fish. That tells me the Rival could win on Sunday, it's not the Rival. The Rival are not going to wrestle. The Fish and O'Reilly, they could win. That they gave them a big win over the Revival, but that also tells me, I think it's going to go to the Raiders, but they could easily go at the Undisputed Era. I think that's easily one of the two most likely scenarios. I don't see the New Day winning that match at all, but I think it comes down to the Undisputed Era or the Raiders. And they show the Viking Raiders and Gargano outside as security tries to keep them separated. They show a video package for Women's War Games. Shayna says everybody tried to pick a fight with her. This is what it led to. Rhea Ripley says to lock the cage. Shayna says it's basically a war with Shayna and Rhea. As I said, that's where they're building. So I think you have to have Rhea Ripley get the win over one of Shayna's team members. It could be Bianca Belair or Kaylee Ray or Io Shirai even. I don't think you should pin Io Shirai right now, but that's how it's going to go. Shayna and Rhea is the next program. He had Kaylee Ray against Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai is a possibility to turn heel. That could happen. I could easily see Dakota Kai turning on the faces. I don't know if it'll happen, but they do well here. They have a good match. I like Dakota. I like Kaylee. Kaylee, I think, can be a star. She's beautiful. She has long red hair. But I want to know where the chick she beat for the belt is. Where's Toni Storm? When are we going to see Choni? When is it Choni time? We have two of the three UK women's champions. You have Rhea Ripley, who was a UK women's champion. Kaylee Ray, the current one. There was Toni Storm. So after the match, you have Kaylee Ray win. You have Carmella and you have Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke all show up. And they beat down Kaylee. They beat down Dakota. But then you have Bianca Belair, Io Shirai, Sarah Logan, Natalya show up. So you have different factions, all from Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Kairi Sane hits the big elbow from the turnbuckle, which is cool. And you have Io Shirai and Kairi Sane have an awesome stare down. But then Nikki Cross comes in, and she has this trash lid, but she has to be on town, hitting everyone in the midsection, meanwhile the head's wide open. I did not like that. I thought that was just annoying. But Nikki Cross kills everyone with a metal trash can. A metal trash can lid, to be honest. They show Tommaso Ciampa preparing for, and Keith Lee watching Donovan Dijakovic prepare for the ladder match. Eric and Ivar against the Forgotten Sons, Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler. Eric and Ivar with the win. Not too much to say there. I think that was pretty obvious who was going to win that. We see Kathy Kelly finally. She's on the game balcony, and she mentions that the triple threat will earn title match at Survivor Series. She did well here. Kathy Kelly's gorgeous. You just have to keep saying every week. She really is. Adam Cole says he is the hottest star in the company. That role continues when he faces the winner of the triple threat match at Survivor Series. He says that this is the role that cannot be stopped. He will walk as champion and walk out as champion. So it was a good promo by him. And they run through the card for War Games again, the 4 matches. 2 War Games matches, triple threat match, and Balor and Riddle. All right, main event. Damn, this was a match. A ladder match. Number 1. So the winner gets the advantage in the War Games. And And you always have to have the heel, get the advantage of more games. Heel teams always have to win. So we knew Adam Cole was going to beat Dominic, but they had a damn good match here. It was much better than the women's match from, or actually the women's match was last week was actually really good. I take that back. They did well here. They went back and forth. It was an exciting match. I really enjoyed it. He said hard-hitting action. Yes, he hit the Panama Sunrise. He just does so many Canadian destroyers annoys me with Adam Cole, but it was still a very good matchup here. He climbs the ladder. It looks like he has Dijakovic done. But then Dijakovic comes back, he hits a forearm to the back of Adam Cole, and he hits the Feast for Your Eyes finisher. He appears to, however, injures his knee when he hits the big knee with this finisher, and he's badly injured. He can't walk, so what happens is one of the ladder's set up in the middle of the ring. A ladder is set up on the bottom turnbuckle connected to the ladder, and he gets up. He's able to get to the top, basically, but he has to limp to the top. However, Adam Cole comes up, he beats him with the briefcase, hits him in the head with the briefcase, and then Dominic falls back onto the ladder, and it cracks. It doesn't smash through, but it just cracks. You can hear the crack it make. And then Adam Cole gets the win. That was just a sick ending. Cole with the victory. His team gets the advantage, as the heels always do. However, after the match, the Undisputed Era comes out to celebrate with him. They come to the stage, they're in the middle of the stage, and all of a sudden the SmackDown guys come from the crowd, they get in front of him, and the Raw guys come from behind him, and it's a huge melee. McIntyre's in the ring. He hits a Claymore kick on Dominic. Keith Lee enters the ring. He hits a Spirit Bomb on Jude, and he had Ivar. Him and Keith Lee, they both hit suicide dives on everyone on the floor, which was awesome. Adam Cole, he survives the damage, but all of a sudden you have Seth Rollins comes out. Yes, he gets some boos. He does. He beats up Adam Cole, hits him with a super kick, and he was about to hit him with the curb stomp or the blackout, but then Ciampa makes his way to the stage. He gets a good pop. Ciampa and Rollins have a stare down. Instead of he hits a running knee to Adam Cole on the outside, takes him out. He gets in the ring, he fights with Rollins, and I guess they're teasing that as a match for another time, but it's like they're fighting in the ring, and then they just go fade to black. So that's how it ends. It was a good show. So it's up War Games. Looking forward to TakeOver. Should be a great show as always, and we'll see it. And that was it. That's it for NXT. And we have one more show before the big weekend, and that's SmackDown on Friday.